Flying can be an exhilarating experience until things take a turn for the worse. And when they do, they can go horribly wrong. One flight departed smoothly, only to lose all engine power shortly after, thanks to a bird strike. Join us as we take a look at 10 most disturbing recordings before plane crashes. Number 10. Vanished Air France Flight 447. On June 1, 2009, Air France Flight 447 vanished over the Atlantic en route from Rio to Paris with 228 on board. It hit turbulence, then its airspeed sensors froze from ice, causing the autopilot to disconnect. Confused, the pilots unknowingly pushed the plane into a stall. For minutes, the aircraft fell until it crashed into the ocean. Debris wasn't found for 5 days, and it took 2 years to recover the black boxes. Investigators found the pilots weren't adequately trained for high-altitude stalls, and manual responses worsened the situation. The crash triggered major changes in training and aircraft sensor technology. It remains a stark reminder of how technical failure and human error can quickly escalate into tragedy, even in the most advanced jets. Number 9. Eastern Airlines Flight 401. In December 1972, Eastern Airlines Flight 401 was on final approach to Miami when the cockpit crew noticed the landing gear light hadn't illuminated. Believing the gear hadn't deployed, they diverted their attention from flying to troubleshoot the issue. Unbeknownst to them, the gear was actually down. The light had simply burned out. While investigating the minor issue, the autopilot was unintentionally disengaged. The plane began to descend unnoticed and eventually crashed into the Everglades. Of the 176 on board, 101 died. It was one of the first crashes caused by a distracted crew, leading to widespread reforms in cockpit resource management. A burnt-out bulb had diverted attention long enough to bring a plane down. A powerful lesson in focus, communication, and prioritization in aviation. Number 8. Helios 522, a flight without consciousness. In August 2005, Helios Airways Flight 522 took off from Cyprus to Athens. Shortly after takeoff, the cabin lost pressure due to a switch mistakenly left in manual mode. Everyone on board, passengers and crew, gradually lost consciousness due to hypoxia. The plane continued on autopilot, flying a ghostly path across Greek airspace. Fighter jets intercepted the aircraft and saw the co-pilot slumped over in an unconscious cabin. Eventually, the plane ran out of fuel and crashed into a hillside, killing all 121 on board. Investigators found that maintenance errors and crew confusion over pressurization systems caused the disaster. It's one of the most chilling flights in aviation history, a jet flying with no one awake at the controls. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now. Number 7. Miracle on the Hudson. In 2009, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport, bound for Charlotte. Just 2 minutes into the flight, a flock of Canadian geese struck both engines, causing them to fail. Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger, realizing the plane couldn't reach any nearby airport, made a bold decision, an emergency landing in the Hudson River. Miraculously, he pulled it off. The aircraft floated, and passengers stood on the wings awaiting rescue. All 155 people survived, with only minor injuries and a few cases of hypothermia. Bird strikes, when birds collide with aircraft, are more common than you'd think, with about 13,000 incidents annually in the U.S. The event was dubbed the Miracle on the Hudson and later dramatized in a Tom Hanks film. It remains one of the most extraordinary aviation survival stories of all time. Number 6. PSA Flight 182, midair over San Diego. On September 25, 1978, PSA Flight 182 collided with a Cessna 172 over San Diego's North Park neighborhood. The midair crash claimed the lives of all 135 people on the PSA jet, 2 in the Cessna and 7 on the ground. Despite receiving traffic alerts, the PSA crew lost visual contact with the smaller plane. The skies above San Diego were notoriously crowded, and air traffic coordination was overwhelmed. The resulting fireball devastated homes and left a lasting scar on the community. The disaster led to significant changes in how air traffic is managed in congested skies, and improved collision avoidance systems. Number 5. Aloha Flight 243, torn open at 24,000 feet. In 1988, Aloha Airlines Flight 243 was cruising at 24,000 feet when a section of its fuselage suddenly tore off, resulting in explosive decompression. A massive 18.5-foot section of the cabin roof ripped away. Tragically, a flight attendant was sucked out, but all other 94 people on board survived. The passengers, secured by seatbelts, endured the harrowing event as the pilot managed a successful emergency landing. The incident shocked aviation experts and passengers alike, exposing issues of metal fatigue in aging aircraft. It led to more rigorous inspection routines for older planes and demonstrated just how quickly disaster can strike, even under clear skies. The survival of most on board remains an incredible testament to quick thinking and pilot skill. Number 4. Delta Flight 191 in the Invisible Threat. Delta Airlines Flight 191 was on its way from Florida to Los Angeles, with a stop in Dallas on August 2, 1985. As it approached Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, the plane encountered a powerful weather phenomenon, a microburst-induced wind shear. This sudden downdraft caused a rapid loss of altitude. Despite the pilot's efforts, the aircraft crashed about a mile short of the runway. Of the 163 people on board, only 27 survived. The tragedy revealed the deadly risk posed by microbursts, previously poorly understood, and led to the development of modern wind shear detection systems and stricter storm avoidance protocols. Today, aircraft and airports are better prepared, and pilots are trained to avoid flying into thunderstorms during descent. Number 3. Lion Air Flight 610, a deadly software flaw. On October 29, 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 crashed into the Java Sea just 13 minutes after takeoff. The Boeing 737 MAX experienced control issues almost immediately. Pilots tried to return to Jakarta, but lost communication. Everyone on board, 189 people, was killed. Investigations revealed a critical flaw in the aircraft's MCAS system, which pushed the nose down repeatedly due to faulty sensor data. Boeing had failed to adequately disclose this system to pilots. The incident, followed by another MAX crash in Ethiopia, led to a worldwide grounding of the 737 MAX. It was a devastating chapter in modern aviation history and a wake-up call about the cost of cutting corners in aircraft safety. Number 2. Asiana Airlines Flight 214, automation gone wrong. On July 6, 2013, Asiana Airlines Flight 214 crashed while landing in San Francisco. The aircraft came in too low and too slow, hitting a seawall that tore off its tail. The plane slid and spun down the runway, bursting into flames. Miraculously, out of more than 300 on board, only 3 died, though nearly 200 were injured. Investigators found that the pilots had relied too heavily on automated systems and misjudged airspeed. Worse still, they failed to abort the landing in time. The crash, while tragic, highlighted critical issues in pilot training and cockpit communication in the age of advanced automation. Number 1. The engine explosion on Southwest Flight 1380. On April 17, 2018, Southwest Airlines Flight 1380 suffered a terrifying mid-air engine explosion. A fan blade broke off, causing debris to smash a window and depressurize the cabin. One passenger, Jennifer Reardon, was partially pulled out of the window and later died, marking the first passenger fatality on a U.S. airline in nearly a decade. The plane, en route from New York to Dallas, made an emergency landing in Philadelphia. The tragedy prompted an urgent review of engine inspections, particularly for the CFM56 engines. Pilots were praised for their calm and swift response, preventing further loss of life. This incident highlighted the ongoing importance of maintenance protocols and reinforced just how fast a routine flight can turn into a crisis. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching.